The Fall Story.
I'm here with
I'm Byron from Nature Connection World, and I do all of the insect preparation and mounting, preservation work for all the stuff over on our wall.
So tell us what you're doing here.
Okay, so I work with farms all over the world that raise these for live exhibits. They supply the butterfly houses and the zoos that do the live exhibits. When they die, they send stuff to us. They have short lifespans on insects, so I get the good ones, put them in a steam chamber, soften them, then I can get them spread out, pinned out the way I want. Once they're dry, then I add epoxy resin on the back side to make sure it won't break.
So is this an actual butterfly right here?
Yep.
Down the other side?
And then once I get done with that, let it set up, then I'll put clear fingernail polish around the back edges that keeps it from cracking. Then ready to mount it in the boxes. We make our own acrylic boxes. My brother's got a laser shop. He cuts all the acrylics. So,
oh, wow.
So that one's a purple emperor from Japan. There's your sunset moth from Madagascar, your most colorful moth in the world. Just all kinds of other stuff here on up to the great big guys like the comet moths out of Madagascar and the birdwings out of Indonesia. Most of what I make actually gets sold in butterfly houses and museums all over the country. They sell them in their gift shops. I make it ship out all over. If you go to Butterfly Wonderland in Scottsdale, Arizona, Butterfly Palace in Branson, Houston Museum of Natural Science, you'll see my stuff in all of their gift shops.
So what made you want to open a store here in the Temple Mall in Texas?
We've got our workshop at home where my brother does all the laser work to cut these, and he does all the wood art back here. He also does all of the spinners and all the kind of sublimation items, the mouse pads and so on. He does all of that kind of stuff. My sister-in-law does all the jewelry making there, so she takes the butterflies that are damaged, cuts out the good parts, puts it in the jewelry over here.
So this is real butterflies inside of this?
It's all real pieces of
Real
butterfly.
pieces of butterfly?
So like this one is a blue morpho from South America, made right out of the back wings,
wow.
one of those. And then these are some earrings here out of the sunset moth from Madagascar. Those come right out of the back wings of that guy right there. Well, most popular ones typically are blue morpho and the blue mountain swallowtail from Australia. And then
I noticed this one's like iridescent with a change of colors.
You've got some iridescents in the morpho family that are kind of spectacular. Change the light angle with it. That's the Helena morpho. Here's the Sukowski morpho. It's got a much paler version.
How about this guy?
And that's a giant katydid out of China.
I was gonna say, don't even look like a butterfly. A katydid,
It's a relative grasshopper. And there's things like the death head moths, like from Silence of the Lambs, the movies there. And there's some beetles up there. Those are longhorn beetles out of Thailand. Male has the really long antenna. Little stuff.
Oh, little guys too.
Like these. You got the little stickers on there to tell what they are.
And everything's real in here.
Yep, these are all real. You got the Goliath beetles out of Africa, Atlas beetles, Southeast Asia there, some of the giant wasps from Asia.
People catch these or they breed them as well?
Most of this is bred, some of it is collected as pest.
Oh yeah, like scorpions or pests. Well, some of them might be. That one probably
like
might
the scorpions, those actually are collected for food. Come out of Thailand. They eat those, but they also are nice to have in a display. Same thing with the big tarantulas up there. Now here's also, we do them in the bubbles. Set up like there's a little glass one and a little heart bubble.
Oh my goodness.
Specimens out here getting worked
wow.
on and prepped.
Hello.
There's boxes in the process of being assembled.
Man. Boy, this looks like a lot of work. It looks like it's very time consuming for you too.
Yep. A lot of detail.
What are you doing over here?
Epoxy on the
Doing the epoxy on some longhorn beetles, getting them ready.
That's the male with the long
Yeah.
antenna. Yeah, learned something you taught me already.
females.
Yeah. You enjoy working here?
These are part of a shipment getting ready to go to the Houston Museum of Natural Science.
Oh, wow. Oh, and here's some more, there's some scorpions and some spiders. And the beetles. What's that far horse spider there?
That's one of the orb weaver spiders out of Indonesia.
He's missing a leg there. Gotta put it back on.
I've got to repair it out.
Yeah.
A lot of those, when they get to us, they've had a lot of damage, so we got to do a lot of repair work too. Well, I mean, I was collecting bugs raising caterpillars when I was 5 years old. And so I did 28 years of high school and college biology teacher, retired from that about 15 years ago, and I've been back to the bugs making these things since.
Wow.
So
And there's just more jewelry on that side?
there's some jewelry over there, some stamp jewelry. Then that whole section up there is 3D printed stuff. My brother and a friend of his have they do all the 3D printing. Between the two of them, they have nearly 80 printers that run continuously.
And then they paint them too.
That's actually printed that way.
Oh, it's printed that way. Oh, awesome. Oh, wow. And then you got some little, is this 3D printed over here too, the little guys?
Yep. You know, the micro critters, the little tiny guys, and a whole bunch of those, and then all on to the big stuff. And these things. Here, we've been doing the wholesale business for a long time, and we have all the other shops at home, but there's not room for my shop there, so we had to find some other space for my workshop. And I preferred the idea of actually having it with the retail front, because that gives you a chance to get more direct feedback from the customers rather than having to do it all third party on wholesale. So that's,
Wow. And I see you got a butterfly carpet here to go with the motif. So if someone wants to connect with you, what's your name, address, and contact info?
well, our website's the best place, natureconnectionworld.com.
Let's see here. And there's a, okay, so they could get there, or they could come here. And what's the address here?
It's Temple Mall. It's, what the actual street address is on 31st Street in Temple, Texas.
You're over near Dillard. It's across from Journey's and
Yep.
Nolan's Spa over there, but towards the Dillards for the
Yeah.
anchor store.